You could think of the NYPD as bouncers for the world's biggest New Year's Eve party, but the fact is they do far more than that to try to ensure that Times Square is the most secure public place on the planet for tonight's celebration. From the perspective of the New York Police Department, every reveler tonight in Times Square is a potential terror threat. That's why the NYPD will essentially lock down the square.
We want people to have a happy experience, but we're also concerned about a terrorist event. We have to do that after 9/11.
Security sweeps begin well in advance of New Year's Eve. Detectives gain intelligence from local hotel and restaurant personnel on the lookout for suspicious activity. Police search garages and subway tunnels for bombs, remove trash cans, seal mailboxes and manhole covers. A search on Wednesday of a suspicious van led to a partial evacuation of Times Square, though the van turned out to pose no threat. Beginning at 3 o'clock on New Year's Eve, traffic is banned and all streets leading into Times Square are blocked off. Police sample the air for biological agents. They wear radiation detectors and dogs sniff for bombs. As the crowd gathers, thousands of police, uniformed and undercover, converge on Times Square. From the ground and air, the NYPD watches Times Square like a chessboard.
Times Square is essentially now the safest place
Yes.
in the world on New Year's Eve?
That's right. Yes, absolutely. It's a very, very safe place.
It wasn't always this way. 20 years ago, before terrorism was such a concern, this center of the world on New Year's Eve was a dangerous place.
Times Square used to be a madhouse.
True. It was somewhat rowdy, disorderly. You would see a lot of drinking that started early on. So by the time midnight rolled around, a lot of people were feeling no pain.
People were rolling around.
People were rolling around, right, and doing some strange things.
The NYPD began placing the crowd into pens fenced in by interlocking barriers in the late 90s, which brought order to what had been the world's biggest mosh pit. Today, alcohol and backpacks are banned, and the crowd is generally orderly and well-behaved. Still, Commissioner Kelly is ready to toast the new year only after the party is over.
When the ball drops, it's a certain feeling of relief, and we've made it through another year.
Sigh of relief.
Right.
It's a lot of stress on the police department.
There is some stress, no question about it, but that's all part of the business.
In spite of the threat of terrorism, Times Square is much safer, much more secure than it used to be. The party itself, it's really gone from a tremendously rowdy event to a family celebration.